We're seeing temperatures that were well into the 50s once again. A little bit of morning sunshine, that'll do that to you. So let's take a look at your high temperatures, what we did see today. A lot of upper 50s and some lower 60s out there. I want you to take a good look at these temperatures because we're probably not going to feel temperatures that warm for quite a while. Look at the high temperatures this upcoming week, next 5 days. Pretty consistent, a lot of upper 40s to low 50s. So certainly taking a bit of a step back. Taking a look outside this evening, things are pretty quiet. It's still pretty cloudy outside, but we don't have any rain falling right now. 46 degrees. The dew points are theoretical low temperature tonight, so upper 30s to lower 40s, and pressure is falling, and we still have a pretty stiff southerly breeze right now at 14 miles per hour. That signals that we do have a weather system that is approaching, and indeed you can see that on our radar satellite composite. The main front with this system is not very impressive, but this big bulb of cooler air aloft is going to be sitting on top of us over the next couple of days. And what that really means for us is showery conditions. We're probably not looking at a lot of steady rain with this, but rather the on-again, off-again showers. And our forecast model is really going to highlight that. The best chance for steady rain is going to be during the early morning hours of tomorrow. But as we head deeper into the morning and especially towards the afternoon, you can see it's kind of those popcorn showers, the ones that kind of develop and then they fade away, and probably mixed with a few sun breaks as well. Heading into Tuesday, especially Tuesday afternoon, I do want to focus on one area over the southwest interior. A little bit of instability with this system, and what that really means for us is as we head into the afternoon hours, the areas just south of Olympia might see a little thunder and lightning. A couple of isolated thunderstorms are certainly possible there. This is also going to mean some more mountain snowfall. That does include the mountain passes. In fact, we're expecting a couple inches of snowfall in the mountain passes as the snow elevation is forecast to drop to about 2,000 feet. A couple inches rain and snow are possible, and expect to see some slippery conditions up in the mountains. That would be Monday, both Monday and Tuesday. Rest of your forecast looks like this. The best chance of seeing a bit of a break from the rain, more of an extended break, is later Wednesday into Thursday morning. We'll be basically in between weather systems. Rain increases later Thursday again, and then showers are likely on Friday. And you can see not much of a warming trend. Temperatures are going to be pretty consistent. We'll stay well above the freezing mark at night, but highs are going to be limited to the upper 40s to lower 50s. Certainly a step back from where we've been. Maybe a bit of a warm up later next weekend, but that's really going to be about as much of a warming trend as we do see. That's your weather forecast from the Dery household. We'll send it back into that studio with Vanessa.